Well, how y'all doing tonight? Hey everybody, it's G-Rat here with kind of a fun list I came up with where I took some of my favorite games that I wanted to see as as made into a movie with directors I thought would best fit the project or offer what I think would be a very interesting take based on the previous work. So for this list, I kind of didn't use games which have already been made into big AAA title movies, and also directors were selected are kind of a wish list, so it's not only living directors and things like that. So here we go, the top 10 video games that should be movies and who should direct them. Number 10. Call of Duty Black Ops. While Call of Duty hasn't really been known for having a great story, the Black Ops installments have somewhat bucked the trend, and it certainly would carry over for a great action flick. Really, the whole franchise has a very 90s summer action ride feel to it for me. A movie with massive explosions, generally weak characters, more guns and bombs and guns and bullets and guns, bombs, blanks. Sorry, I stroked out there for a second. The only man who could properly head this project would be the Transformers, Independence Day, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Michael Bay.
Michael goddamn Bay!
His money-whoring style has left a very real dent in the global box office time and time again in many different ways, and the Call of Duty franchise isn't terribly different from his own style. These two lowest common denominators are made for each other, and I can summarize their styles in one very simple, easy-to-understand way. Number 9. Bioshock. The former Art Deco utopia of the aptly named City of Rapture paints a fantastic story of underwater class warfare and revenge and blah 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 blah. A story ripe for the telling on the big screen by one man and one man only. That man is best mentioned in song. His name is James Cameron, the greatest pioneer. No budget too steep, no fuck it, I don't want to sing it. Cage, I'm not gonna sing it. It's stupid. I suck at singing. I don't even think I'm allowed legally to sing it. Anyway. Yes, James Cameron.
James goddamn Cameron!
He is my choice to lead the project for Bioshock with big budget blockbusters that we've all become so fond of, such as Titanic, Terminator, Aliens, The Abyss, blah blah blah, others, many others. James' ability to direct action and his understanding of good, solid sci-fi, I mean, the guy even has a Bradbury Award after all, lands him this job for Bioshock. Number 8. Shadow of the Colossus. 16 Colossi, the Forbidden Land, one giant mother... Seriously, who wouldn't want to take the cinematic ride that would be Shadows of the Colossus? Now, this was actually supposed to be a film directed by Josh Trank, but since his Fantastic Four debacle and his directorial ejection from Star Wars, the project has been somewhat on ice with no cast signed on yet. However, this film really has one director in mind for me, and that's The Devil's Backbone and Pan's Labyrinth director, Guillermo del Toro.
Guillermo goddamn del Toro!
Del Toro's unique handle on fantasy and dark whimsical magic crap puts him in the driver's seat in a story seemingly tailor-made for him and his artistic style. His fascination with monsters couldn't be bigger as he took on the task of handling some of the most immense and breathtaking monsters ever put to games. Number 7. Halo. A tale of space marines and aliens, conquest and deception, a good mix of lore, suspense, and sci-fi, the Halo storyline has etched itself into the hearts of many players the world over, and it would take quite the director to helm the project. That man, Ridley Scott.
Ridley goddamn Scott!
Director of Alien, Blade Runner, Gladiator, Black Hawk Down, Prometheus, and this year's The Martian, Ridley Scott's abilities, as demonstrated through his many films, would take Halo out of the, at times, cartoonish world and thrust it into a legitimate science fiction saga for the ages. Okay, so I know Ridley Scott is doing the Nightfall thing, but really, I want to see a AAA feature series, not just to, kind of give it to fans for fan films and shit like that. I want high-budget concept endeavors. Number 6. Mass Effect. This critically acclaimed trilogy's fanfare runs deep amongst players, and to me can be considered the Star Wars of the gaming world. But hold your goddamn horses. We're not sticking George Lucas in this. No thank you. Who are we going with? Christopher Nolan, of course.
Nolan!
His abilities as a storyteller have been on display with works such as Inception, Memento, Interstellar, and the Dark Knight trilogy. And if anyone can take a fan favorite and rock that little tiny baby with one arm while pumping the other arm full of steroids, well, that's Christopher Nolan. However, I'm not sure Nolan alone could provide the proper heights this trilogy deserves, so I'm going to give him a little bit of help. I'm giving him J.J. Abrams. Use him sparingly. You only got 3 uses, and then J.J. Abrams is gone. Number 5. Grand Theft Auto. Okay, now GTA might not be anything overly special story-wise, as most pieces have been taken as tropes from other gangster movies and such, but the ultra-violence and quick wit of the world Rockstar's created in the various cities through the game's iterations would simply be great fun to watch. Now, who would be best to direct that than the king of ultra-violent and witty banter, than the man behind Kill Bill, Django Unchained, Pulp Fiction, etc., Quentin Tarantino.
God damn! Tarantino!
One of the best dialogue writers in the biz and notorious for his unapologetic depictions of violence, Tarantino doesn't treat his honesty with shame, and neither does Grand Theft Auto. These two are peas in the pod in my book. Let's see him have a baby. Number 4, Final Fantasy. One of the best-selling and most beloved franchises in all of gaming, Final Fantasy is, for many people, childlike wonder incarnate, and frankly, I can't think of a better deserving director than Steven Spielberg.
Oh, no. No problem with Steven Spielberg. He's awesome. Good choice.
Wait. Really?
Yeah, great choice. I mean, I agree.
Okay. Well, alright.
Steven goddamn Spielberg!
Ah, you son of a bitch! Final Fantasy often deals with characters struggling to fight a great evil while having to deal with their personal issues, and Steven Spielberg is no stranger to such ideas, as many of the films provide similar structures. From Jaws to Saving Private Ryan, from E.T. to Jurassic Park, Spielberg is the man to take Final Fantasy from the gaming world to the big screen. Just don't f*** up like you did with AI. Number 3. The Last of Us. A horrific fungal outbreak has ravaged the United States and left the country in post-apocalyptic ruin. Survivors Joe and Ellie make their way through the horrific yet beautiful story in an effort to save mankind. So, who should take the reins on this instant classic? Well, frankly, this was difficult. The suspense and sci-fi elements of the game, as well as the post-apocalyptic vibe, made pinning down a single director very difficult, so I've decided to split here and cheat again. To really emphasize the horror aspects of Last of Us, the director I feel best suited would be John Carpenter. His work in They Live, The Thing, and other fantastic cult hits show his grasp on making the audience squirm, while director I feel could best handle the dynamics between Joel and Ellie, as given Ellie her just due in this fantastic story would be Joss Whedon, whose advancing work with strong female protagonist goes nearly unmatched in Hollywood. Left brain, right brain, make whole brain. Let's leave these two great directors to it, and let's get something that can be watched. Please. Thank you. Number 2. Metal Gear Solid. The world's greatest saboteur and one of gaming's best stories demands Metal Gear Solid to be brought to the masses on the big screen, and to do so, I'd give the nod to Neil Blomkamp of District 9 fame. The ability to balance the complicated factions, technology, world dynamics, and perhaps a reluctant protagonist allows Blomkamp to navigate one of gaming's most beloved stories and series. Again, don't. Number 1. Fallout. Idyllic 50s Americana shattered by the falling atomic weapons we prize so dearly. Wild roaming creatures, deformed bloodthirsty super mutants, dehumanized raiders, every moment is fraught with danger and intrigue as the future struggles to move on from the past which buried it. Death is everywhere. Hope is but a dream. Our hero, a lone wanderer traversing the waste and living his nightmare's daily life. Certainly among the most unique and diverse games on this list, Fallout never misses an opportunity for tongue-in-cheek humor to occasionally lighten the otherwise very bleak and dark mood. But this series is a wet dream of cinematic delight, so I can only pick a director who equally gives me wet dreams of delight. And so who is that? None other than the man I consider to be the best director of all time, to head what I personally feel is the best story in gaming, Mr. Stanley Kubrick.
Stanley goddamn Kubrick!
He painted the world of the future when he directed the film adaptation of Anthony Burgess's nightmare dystopia, A Clockwork Orange. He toyed with our perception of time and space in 2001 Space Odyssey. He showed us utter madness and terror in The Shining. He let us question our security and our vital bodily fluids in Doctor Strangelove. Classics, triumphs in cinema and visual storytelling. No other director could properly handle the project like Fallout with the grace, tact, and perfection that Kubrick demanded. That's it, guys. That's the list. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to give a like and subscribe to Trash Talk Gamers. We'll be coming out with more shit real soon. Be sure to comment and let us know what you think. If you think we got it wrong, if you got another director video game combo that you think is better and should be on this list, let us know. Later.